Hey everybody, let me talk in this video and next upcoming videos about how we could create web service with Node.js. Node.js is a really amazing new technology that offered by Microsoft. So imagine you build entire website using one language, JavaScript, as a front end and back end. It's really amazing. And also the features that offered by Node.js, it could process more than one a client as sometimes, so it will keep the server busy. So imagine when there is two requests coming to the database, a normal application like PHP or ASP or any other stuff, if the two requests came to the database, what happened, the server will take one, two requests coming to the server take one request and he go to the database and wait for the result, then came back, then he will take the next one. So there is time consuming. The server will still waiting for some time until the database execute the query. But in Node.js the operation is different. The server will never be asleep. When the server have a two requests, he will take the first request and he will take it to the database to execute it. Then he will not wait for the result. He will go and take another request, and whenever any result be ready, he will take them. So the server will be busy all the time. So that's mean you will have very fast result. So before I start, make sure you install Node.js and everything is good. You could install it here from Microsoft Node.js. And also as IDE, I prefer to use WebStorm to execute the code that I want to do it. So okay, make sure you install Node.js. So make sure when you open the terminal, if I open a new tab here, so when I say node/v, you will have a version, like for example this version. That's great. So now to get started, I want to build a web service using Node.js in this video and MySQL. So at least you have to know MySQL, as I told you from beginning. Not should be MySQL, any SQL language. If you know it, will be okay. So I will open WebStorm, then I will create my simple empty project. Here I will create a new project. I will name it Node Demo, and I will not open Node. I will make sure I open this type of a project. So make sure I just open Node.js Express. So also I make sure this one embedded JavaScript will be better if you want to use it. Then here you go, execute it. So I will wait some time until we create the project. I think everything will be good and very amazing. So yes, this is the project and I think everything is good. If I want to run the server, if I just go to the bin www, don't care about all this entire code. If I just run it, here you go, I just will see, he say, okay, the server is running on this port. So if I go to the browser and I try to open this port, I open localhost 3000, so this one, I have to see Express node. That's great. So yes, now it's great. Now it's running and everything is good. So before I get started, let me just make sure I will go to the WebStorm and just take this path. To take the path of application, I just click right and select copy path. Then I will go back here and I say cd to that path and say ls or dir in Windows. If you Windows, you will use dir. If you Mac user, you will use ls. This is the file that I have it. So first of all, to get started, I have to install something. So I say npm install MySQL because I'm using MySQL. So I'm using npm package manager to install MySQL because I'm using MySQL package manager. This is not the MySQL language or MySQL database management. No, this is MySQL for Node. So see, I installed, I added. Also make sure you install, write npm install, you install another tool for URL. So name it URL if it's not available. So make sure you install it because you use it. So we installed two tools, npm install URL, npm install MySQL. So our project will start from here, if you see. So because we did not open anything, if you see, this is the URL, you don't have to care. He will, when I click this one, just dir, he will open this page. So if I click this one /users, he have to open response with anything. So yes, if you see this is users, he going to the page name it users. If I click on user here, I will see what user mean. User mean routes users. So if I go here to the route, I have something named user. Let me just talk about users here. So I have this one for user. So as we said before, we need to use something. So I want to use variable for URL. I just imported already. So I will say require. You don't have to care other part of the code. I just requiring the URL. I just already installed it, and I'm sure we need also MySQL. So you need to do import for MySQL. So make sure you also say importing for MySQL. You say here you done. Then you say where MySQL. You say require in this way MySQL. I'm importing two library that I add them in my project. So yes, I just have this two library to get started. Now if you see, the response will be this one, response with resource. If I say welcome to Node, I have to see now on the server side. I cannot see it now because I need to refresh the server here. So I just restart it again. Make sure see welcome to Node, because I just update this message. So this is the message that's going to the user. I don't care about this message. I want to replace it with a different messages. So let's just stop this line. So this is the code that's executed when the application will start. First of all, I need to add some addition to the header for security concern. So I will say header resource. This is the resource that's coming. So I say resource.header, add some header for the access control allow. So make sure you add this one. Access in this way. ESS. Then you say control. Then you say allow. Then origin. This is just you add this line. This is because in some way MySQL or Node will not work unless you add this line just for security concern. This is just for security token. I don't know why, but you have to add it, otherwise you could not see the data. So when you add this one, now we need to do something. We need to get the query, because if you remember, first we need to insert. I need to do example to insert to the database. So what database I have it? I have this database that we did before with PHP. I have very simple database, name it demo, have single table, name it login. Login have ID, username, password, and this is the data I have it in it. So I need to add data to this database. So okay. To get started, first I need to get the data that's coming with URL. I would say var query data. I'm getting the query data. So call how I could get query data. I have this URL. I would say okay, query data will be URL dot first, because I'm getting from the URL. I will get the request. I will tell you what that means. Then I'll say request dot URL. Then I will say true. Then dot query. So what does that mean? Okay, if you remember in the previous video, we was sending data over username and password. You send them here. We say okay, users, we will see username equal for example Ali, and password 12345. So how I could get this, how could I access to this two key? First of all, we just imported my URL on Node. Then I get vers to that URL to the query data. That's mean, okay, this should be not a quality, it should be a query. Okay, not quality. So I say, okay, query to that URL I added. Now this query data will have a username if I send them, and password as a key and value, so I could read them. I will read them later. I already imported MySQL, so then I need to do configuration. So I say var config. I have configuration to my server. So what's the configuration that I have it? If you remember, we have a host name. So the host will be in Node, in MySQL will be 1001. If you have remote host, go ahead and replace this one with your remote host IP. Then I have another information for the user. The user should be root. That's great. And I have password. the password will be 12345. This for my computer. For sure your computer will be different if you install in different way. The database that I want to connect to, if you remember the database that we have it already, name it demo, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, we create database, we name the database first demo, and we work with it in PHP. So this is the information that we will use to connect to the database. You have database name, username, password, demo. If your database is online, you will enter the host as online and username as the online username and password and database name as online. This is the connection. Now I want to connect the database. It's really easy. Same way that you did it in PHP. You will say variable connection, okay, or connect, whatever connection. You say, okay, we define instance from MySQL. You say, okay, MySQL.connect. You're just doing some connected with that MySQL. You connect, you say not connect, you say create connection in this way. Okay, create, then you say connection, then with config. What does that mean? Okay, I want to create connection with this URL. So I have already required this MySQL as the input. So yes, so I'm doing creating connection with that URL. Then I create the connection. Now I say .connect. I will connect to the server. Okay, for example, I just give it the connection string to my MySQL. For MySQL, then I create connection. Now I'm connecting to the server, so I want to execute a query on this connection. I say, okay, connection dot. I need to execute a query. I say, okay, query, execute a query. I could send this query here, my query, whatever I want to do it. So you could write any query you would like. So yes, but for example, you want to insert an information. Let me say this is my query, variable query. Okay, do you remember how we insert for example my query? Do you remember how we insert data in the table admin? You say insert, is that right? Insert into login. It was login in this way, and the table information we have username and password in this way, username, and we insert the password. If you see, this is the information that we have it, and then we give the value for this. Just me take this one down, username, password. Then you say values for the username, password. We have two things, username and we have password, and here we done. So for username, we will take the username from URL. Do you remember how we could take the username? I will say, okay, in this way. We said all the URL information will be here. So if I have username, I will say it will be username. You could write it in any way. If I write it here, a username should be sent in this way, should send it as this username. And also I will do same operation for this one. I will say, okay, I will take the password. So I say query data dot password this way. So that means this two information will be available when someone try to add data. That's great. Now I don't have any error. Use as a username and as a password for my connection string. Now I could send this query to this connection. So now this connection have the query that you want to connect to. So then I will give it the other parameter. So what the other parameter? So if I want to execute this query on the database, so if it's success, I want success or not success, I will execute some function. So what the enumerate function that I want to execute it. This enumerate function will return, I go down, this enumerate function will have number of information. We'll have error, and we'll have rows that effect on this query, and we'll have field that will be effect on this query. This is the three parameter. You have to add it already, not by you. They have to be added already by the language. So yes, you just say okay, I try to execute the query, and if it's executed or not, call this function. So this is the function. So if there is error or not, I will say okay, if there is no error, so I say okay, if there is no error, so I will say, for example, You could do anything. You want to do response. If you remember when we did a response in the beginning, we did resource header, not resource header. I don't remember this one. You say resource send. You're sending something. You could do same thing. You say okay, resource send error cannot add. So else you say resource data is added, return data is added. This one will display data on the screen. So yes, I think I'm good now here. I'm trying to execute a query. If I success or not, I will call this function. I'm having the error on the row affected or unfilled. I don't have any row effect, I just inserting. I'm checking there's error, give me error, otherwise give me message. Then when I done, I have to end the connection. I will say okay, connection dot end. I'm just ending the connection. Then yes, here we go. Okay, I just make sure that if there is no error, if there is error, I will display this message. But if there is no error, I will say data is added. Make sure everything is good. I'm just adding this one here. Yes, now I just rerun it to make sure everything is clear, and I would see my terminal. So if you remember, we said we will add the username here. We say we pass user as a page name, then add a semicolon, then add username equal, for example, Ahmed. Then we add the password, for example, this number. So make sure you add username equal the value, then and password equal the value. Hit it, data is added. If I go back to the server, it have to be added in the end. The data Ahmed is undefined. The password undefined. Do you know why the password is undefined? I will tell you why. If you see the password here, it's written in this way, but if you go here and back, it's written in this way. So what does that mean? No, because we have this key also. So if I say password user, also it's better, so because I don't want to confuse between two of them, so I will have problem. So I will rerun it again. So I make sure this username and this password. And now when I send, I will send as a password user. So username, now that is added. If I go back, here we go. Now Ahmed is added again with the password. So one thing you have to remember from this tutorial, when you send the data, you send it in this way: username equal value, for example, and password equal value, and for example, age equal value, and anything. This is for the get you send them. In the server, to receive them or to read them, you just define a URL, then you write this line to get all the data. Then you could access to any one of the data by just dot the get name for it. So dot password dot username. To connect the database, you just create configuration. Then we make get connection. Then we connect it. Then we execute a query and we're waiting for a result. Sometime, for example, we get a number of rows. For if we suppose I want to get all the rows that we have it. So I will say select star from the login, for example. If I just want to get all the data, I will say select star from login. I have to get all the data that I have it in the login table. But there is some problem now in the login table with the name and other stuff. But let me see. Now we don't need username or password, but you have to add them because our data is working on that. So yes, data is added. No. What? No, not this one. I want to display it here because here I have the error. Here I have the error, but here I have a row because this I just mistake every time. This one error data is not added. Just connect again, rerun, making sure everything is good. Here's the data. Amazing. See how many rows I have it, how you could get it. So see how we could insert and you could get. Just now, whenever you want to use this script, you will not have to do a lot of change, man. All thing you need to do it, just changing this string or this query. And if you have the data as a row, you will get back as a row. If the error, you will get an error. And you will see how we add and how we did everything. Here we done, and thank you for watching.